I don't know. I'm just speaking hypos here. Little theticals here, but...
Alright, well...
Uh-oh. We're live, I think.
Did you get the audio going to record the audio?
Ooh,
No,
yeah,
it
it is.
It is?
Uh-oh. We're
This
live.
is it.
Did you
live.
get the audio going
Yeah, but then we need
to
to mute
record
this
the audio?
one and then... Right.
Ooh,
No,
yeah,
it isn't.
it is.
It is?
Uh-oh. We're
This
live.
is it.
Did you...
And then... East.
Look at that, guys. We're early.
Nice. But then did you go back? Because we need to go into the web player and say start streaming.
Well, I just set a setting that records it automatically now.
So it has the audio?
Let's see.
MacGruber!
Can you hear
All
us?
right.
Can you hear us?
15 seconds to we're live, baby.
And 5.
Officially.
Wait.
Now it's...
5, 4,
This
3, 2.
This is already a ridiculous episode. It's just ridiculous.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode. And I should say season 3, episode 2 of Who Invited Will. Here to my left.
We're gonna explain why we're set up. We're gonna explain why we're set up like this in just a minute, but we've got a story for you. But go ahead, Jay. Do the introductions, please.
To my left are our hosts with the most, burnt like a piece of toast, Neil Schneider and Will Trainer.
That's me.
And
What's
Neil
up?
Schneider.
What's up, boys? You know what? No more boys right now. How about girls? You know why?
Why?
Last 4 submittals for Neil's Got Issues, all girls. All of them. Come on, dudes.
Riders.
No more boys. Where are the riders? No, you know what? There are girl riders out there. There are last week.
I
She
believe
was a
you.
rider,
No,
right?
I know.
So
Did it
shout out
seem
to
like
the
it?
girls, baby. Let's go. Before we explain
Girls.
this ridiculous, that is a shower curtain. That's a shower curtain.
No,
And
Neil, this is a Dr. Fauci approved quarantine safe
Yes.
bubble.
it's a COVID
It's
shower
impervious. It's impervious to water, including bodily fluids. It's impervious to
Droplets.
droplets. And,
I'll tell you.
yeah. You know, the thing is, I don't have COVID. I'll explain since I'm the one who's reason.
Wait, before we get into it, let me just do this quick ad read for our.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll explain. We got to shouts. Shouts to the ad. Shouts to the sponsors.
Yeah. This shout out to our COVID episode, sponsored by SR262. This COVID episode is brought to you by our friend Source Code Beverage.
Shouts to Source Code.
Source Code Beverage is the producer of SR262 wine right here, baby, which we will be drinking on our show today. We will not be sharing with Jay because he potentially has COVID. The wine is made in Washington's Columbia River Valley. Did you know that, Will? Do you know the motto for SR262?
County Road 510.
No, it's the road to great wines, Will.
Come on, who invited this guy, man? Who invited him to the ad read? Maybe Will doesn't deserve any of this beautiful Merlot today. Unfortunately, you cannot buy this wine in Colorado, but you can have it shipped directly to your home. They have Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, sparkling rose wine, and Chardonnay, baby, if you need all those. If you buy 12 bottles, guess what? Shipping is absolutely free. Go to vinoshipper.com. That is Vino, V-I-N-O, shipper.com. Cheers to us.
12 bottles, free
Jay.
shipping. You can't buy it at stores. You buy it online. You get 12 bottles. You get free shipping. You get our 262.
SR262. Jay,
What's up? So okay,
What's going
let's get
on?
right into it, guys. Well, I gotta grab my glass here.
Okay.
oh God.
It's an in-flight refill.
Jay, what are we going to do with you? I expected this from Will.
Let me just top
I
her
expected
off.
this from Will.
Thank you. I need it, Will. Thank you. That's
I
a
didn't
stiff
expect
one.
this from you, Jay. I'm not going to lie to you, brother.
These headphones keep getting caught on the freaking. Anyway, look. So all right. So on Monday evening, I was exposed to some people who now have COVID. So we were basically. I found this out a few minutes before the episode was gonna start. I told these guys. They said, "Let's try to figure out a way to do it." This is what we came up with. This shower curtain bubble. They set everything up. So, and if I did set anything up, alcohol, masks. So we're trying to be safe. And Just the strange times. What can I say, right, guys? Strange times we're living in. So anyway, that's the story. It's not a bit. It's just trying to be cautious. Don't want to get COVID or give it to my friends. Right?
I'm trying to be safe. I'm wearing the mask here today.
Yeah.
Will, where's your mask?
I decided against it.
You decided against it.
Yep.
CDC regulations, you just don't go against it?
You know, I figured after having it, getting the vaccine, and Jay not showing any symptoms,
And being behind the shower.
and
curtain.
being behind this droplet producing blocking wall.
Right. And we disinfected the entire
We disinfected.
studio.
I'm a man of numbers, Neil. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna live by them or die by them.
Okay, fair enough. I'm keeping the mask on because
I'm
I'm
taking it off
safety
to
conscious
drink,
and I'm trying to show the riders how we do it. Okay, I'm trying to be a leader for the Schneider riders. All right.
Okay.
So that being said,
Let's get into
this
it.
is how we're gonna do it. I think you look good behind the curtain, dude. You can see you. Look at that. You look like a mime a little bit. A little dirty. We can clean it up a little bit, but
Well, you know it is, man. It's soap scum. You can't really until you bring your shower curtain into the light of day. You don't really realize that it's not clear anymore. It's actually cloudy. Very
Yeah.
cloudy.
Well, you know what? I think we should lead off with our first segment. What is it called?
Film, food, and fortune.
Film, food, and fortune, baby. Jay, lead us off. What is your recipe of the week, brother?
Oh god.
That sounds like
And you
food.
posted the last recipe, right? He's food. What do you mean
That's
that sounds
not,
like
that's
you?
not the order.
I didn't post.
We're gonna go Jay first. He's behind the curtain. We're gonna go
Okay.
man
I
behind
got
the
shower
curtain
curtain
leads
stuff
off.
on me.
Did you post the recipe for the last episode for all our viewers about how to make a nice pizza?
No, I didn't post it. I will post it. But look, I got another recipe for you guys. It's called a Dutch baby or German pancake. All right. It's the easiest recipe I'll probably say. It's way better than an omelet or a pancake. It's kind of like a cross between both. What does it have? It has 3 eggs, half a cup of milk, half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla extract. What you do, you mix the eggs, you mix the flour, you get it till it's nice and gooey and consistent, kind of like a weird batter. Then you mix the milk in, you froth it up. What are you guys laughing at?
Nothing. We're listening. We're
No, you're
listening.
not listening. Tell me what you're
No,
laughing
keep
at
going,
now. Tell me
please.
what you're laughing at.
No, we can't.
Tell me what you're laughing. Why?
No, we'll discuss. We'll discuss later.
Off the show. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
You whip the eggs up.
Mm-hmm.
You with the milk.
What else do you do?
This is what you do. You mix half a cup of flour and 3 eggs in a bowl. You mix them up till it's all gooey and consistent. Then you mix half a cup of milk, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then you mix it all up and whisk it into like a batter. You take 2 tablespoons of butter, heat it in a cast iron pan. You
Okay.
put the cast iron pan in the oven, melt the butter. Once the butter's melted, you pour the Dutch pancake into a cast iron skillet. You leave it in there for 15 minutes. It fluffs up. What do you put on it? Well, you could put jam, you could put fresh fruit, you could put lemon juice and confectioner's sugar. Traditionally, it's like jam, lemon juice, confectioner's sugar, or fresh fruit, lemon juice, confectioner's sugar.
Okay.
Looks absolutely delicious.
When are you gonna make this for us? How come I've never tried this from you?
It's typically a morning breakfast thing, Neil, so usually it's something I'll just make.
So around 1 to 2 o'clock for Jake.
He's a late night specialist, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do eat late,
It's a
that's
late
for
night
sure. Guess what
specialist.
time I made it today? I made it at 3:30. I literally didn't eat all day.
Dang.
I was on phone
Why
calls
did you eat
from,
today?
I was on phone calls from 7:30 until 3:30. It was insane.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So yeah, I didn't get a chance to make it. I did have a bunch of cups of coffee though. But the Dutch baby will save you in a pinch. It's a very versatile pancake.
Can our viewers go? You're gonna post the.
100% recipes
post it?
coming. Recipes
Okay.
incoming, guys.
If you want the recipe, like and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to the channel if you want his recipe. Am I right? Only if we get at least 15 likes, you're gonna do it.
Smash that like button.
Smash it. Break it. I want that like button
Like
broken.
and subscribe.
William?
All right, so that's food. What's
a film?
Film.
Yes.
What's film?
Film. I'm going to go this week with Uncut Gems.
Oh, that's it. That's a
Ooh.
good
I
one.
think it's quite a great movie. Usually, I mean, I know some people that don't really care for Adam Sandler as an actor, They think he's too goofy. In this movie, you don't even realize it's Adam Sandler. I like Adam Sandler in general, but I think this movie he really shines in. The pacing of the movie, the soundtrack, the entire situation puts you on edge and really, I don't know, it's one of the few films that I really, really felt immersed in. And
It makes you uncomfortable.
yes, exactly.
You get
like
the
same
actual anxiety when
Yes.
you're watching. It's so much like what I imagine compulsive gamblers feel like. Neil, have you
No,
seen
no, I don't know what you're talking about, but it seems a little bit unrealistic though. The stuff that he's like parlaying together.
how would you
like
know
a
that?
gambler would say
Like
that.
How would you
tip,
know that?
Like if you're making like a tip in basketball and parlaying it with like the score, that doesn't actually exist.
Okay,
You
but
can't
that's
do that.
one part of the entire, the rest of it, right? So he had that
Yeah,
one
the
part.
actual betting parts aren't realistic, but the movie, as far as the anxiety of
Not
it and
only
stuff,
ju-
is
what I-
wild.
What I'm saying is not only the betting, that was one part of the parlay. The rest of it is legit though, right? I mean, as far as
Yeah.
what he was betting, he had an over. He had
Yeah. No, that's legit.
like
That's legit.
everything besides the tip off.
Yeah, they can't parlay tip off. The
Yeah.
stuff he was doing was kind of wild, but yeah, it was a thriller. It was a thriller. I thought Adam Sandler did a really good job in the movie.
Yeah, another one just to kind of kick off of that is, I believe it's Punch Drunk Love, also another really, really good Adam Sandler movie.
What is this? Food, films, and
Yeah, is there an
fortune?
S at the end of
Is
films?
it films
Come on, brother.
and fortune or film and
Come on.
fortune, Will?
Can you give the microphone to somebody else? For a
So,
second?
what should I be gambling on this week to get my fortune, Neil?
Well, I'm not betting,
Oh,
but
okay.
if you want to, I have some good bets for the people in regards to. I have my three best bets. Sorry, I'm giving you three best bets for college football. You ready for this?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you all ready for this? Banana.
All right, first one. Number one. Oklahoma versus TCU. Total under 66. Let me tell you why. Will knows who Spencer Rattler is. That was the old QB for the Oklahoma Sooners.
QB1, check it
stinks.
out.
He was on QB1 Netflix. The guy stinks. Okay?
Rattler. They
He
should have
got
called him
taken out.
Spencer Rattled.
Yeah, because he stinks and he's rattled, okay? He lost. He got taken out of the game last week against the University of Texas, and they put in this new stud of a quarterback, Caleb Williams. Now, he doesn't really throw the ball. He's more of a running QB. So they ended up scoring like 52 points against Texas all of a sudden. They won the game 52-45. This is a huge overreaction to that game. The total is way too high than what it should be. It should be a lot less. TCU has a good defense. Oklahoma, this new QB's coming in. Who knows how he's going to be as a starter. Under 66. The next one, Nebraska, -2.5 versus Minnesota. These teams absolutely hate each other. Nebraska and Minnesota, if you go to
How much do
Minnesota,
they hate each other?
go to Minnesota and ask which state do they hate the most. They're going to say Nebraska.
But why?
Go to Nebraska and tell them
Really?
they hate each other. There's a huge rivalry between Nebraska and Minnesota in football.
For some
Huge.
reason, maybe I'm just...
And Wisconsin. Were you going to say that?
no, 'cause
Minnesota
I
and
don't
Wisconsin
even-
hate each
Oh,
other.
really?
Yeah.
I was going to say for
That one I
Nebraska,
know.
I thought like maybe... Like, I thought the big rival... Or maybe it was just because it was a big upset, but when the Boulder Buffaloes beat Nebraska...
They were big but they're not anymore in the same conference.
Oh,
Colorado,
yeah, they
is in the
split up all that
Pac-12
stuff.
now, but that
So
used to
wait,
be a
so
big
how
rivalry.
are we making money off this?
Nebraska
This is-
-2.5. They got to win by 3 or more points. They just lost a huge game to Michigan in primetime, who's top 10 in the country. They are proving themselves as a good team. Minnesota doesn't have their star running back. Hammer Nebraska -2.5. The last one, Purdue +11.5. That means if they lose by 11 or they win the game, you actually win the bet. Iowa are complete frauds. They shouldn't be undefeated. They were getting killed by Penn
Frogs?
State last week. They're frauds.
They're complete frauds, like
Frauds.
hippity.
Do you know what? You know what Iowa
TCU?
does? Huh?
TCU's the Frogs, right?
Yeah, they're the Horned Frogs.
Yeah.
Iowa has a really good
They're the
run
Horned
defense, but
Frogs.
guess what? Purdue passes 65%. 65% of the time. Hammer Purdue +11.5. They're going to cover this game. They could even win the game.
Okay, so we're going Purdue,
Nebraska?
Nebraska
And under
under,
Oklahoma.
Purdue on the over.
No, dude. What are you talking about?
Sorry.
Jay's killing me. Purdue +11.5.
Oh, plus.
You got Nebraska -2.5, and you got Oklahoma under 66 versus TCU.
Hey,
and that's
Chandra.
how you make a fortune.
Hey, Paxton.
Girls get
thanks
it
for
done, Tita
Tita.
says.
Whoop whoop.
Oh,
Thanks for
looking forward
joining
to
us.
episode. Awesome.
It's not
The
a shower curtain. It's actually
Is that
It's a droplet.
COVID approved safe
Droplet
barrier.
incinerator.
It's a COVID approved safe barrier approved
I
by
may
the
have been
CDC.
exposed to COVID on Monday, just breaking the news to my family. But
This is
I
how
don't
the
have any
family
I
finds
don't have
out.
any symptoms or anything. But
Well, you know-
we just found out like 5 minutes before they were gonna head over, so I thought.
Well, you know what you can do now that you might have COVID, you know what you can do to, instead of going outside and having fun?
If you say drink SR262,
That's not what I was going to say, but you should be doing that no matter if you have COVID or not. You could definitely watch the newest Chappelle special called The Closer.
oh right,
Yeah.
oh
So we were
Segue.
supposed to do that. All three of us were supposed to do that last week and come with notes.
Right.
And
And it was Jay's idea.
we have 2/3.
This was Jay's idea.
Love you,
Jay says,
Dad.
okay, we're gonna...
love you Tita, love you
Jay
Paxton.
says, okay, we're all gonna watch this
Thanks
show
for
and then we're gonna come
signing
with
on,
our
Pax.
comments. So I came today and said, Jay, all right, what'd you think of the show? He goes, I didn't watch it. And what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I didn't watch Chappelle's special, alright? I heard it was transphobic and I decided to protest. No, I wasn't protesting. What are you guys laughing about over there?
Because you said he was transphobic and everything. I just have a take about all that what you just said.
Do you think he is or
Well,
not?
so how about let's
Steer into that.
He's
we're gonna get right into
absolutely
it. Neil, you go first, and
Okay.
then I'll give my.
So basically, the criticisms
Well-
I read online, having not seen it,
Okay.
just to start with that,
Okay.
is that I guess he says he has a friend who's trans in it and kind of jokes about it, but
Yes.
also people were kind of saying that some of the comments or jokes he made was like comparing trans people to things that really it's not comparable, and it's like just so it's basically kind of invalidating that is trans real, is trans not real. That was basically the argument against it that I heard.
Okay. Well, and I think we'll both kind of say our
I mean, what do you think
summary.
about what he has to say about that?
Do you think that his jokes make it seem like he's just saying trans isn't real or something along those
Well,
lines?
okay, so my interpretation of it was he's not saying that like trans people aren't real or that he's trying to diminish the scene or like the movement. He's saying that basically that movement is getting so much success and momentum because it's still a predominantly white minority group, and that they're getting a lot of, there is Pride Month and there is Black History Month, but that a lot of that is around them making huge strides with being accepted, and that the Black community is still getting held back. So he's like, well, we've been here this entire time, or we've gone through hundreds of years of this, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to care about some white man that wants to be called a woman. That's basically what he's saying. So
yeah, well, I guess the two counter arguments I would say is one, there are Black trans people and like non-white trans people,
Yes.
and then the other argument is that it's like I would say gay people are more accepted, but I don't necessarily think trans people are more accepted. Like I think just like gay people who look like you or me
sure.
would be much more accepted than if we started changing our appearance and basically changing our pronouns. So I think I agree that with gay pride maybe he's right about that.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle, he makes fun of everybody. He makes fun of white people. He makes fun of Black people. He makes fun of Mexicans. He makes fun of gay people. He makes fun of... That doesn't mean he has a phobia against them. He's just making jokes. That's his nature. That's the way he does jokes.
You can't
so
just
why?
say, "Oh, I'm just kidding." Like, if you
Well,
make
What do you mean?
a
I'm just
statement-
kidding.
So
He's doing stand-up comedy. What do you expect him? He's
Well,
not
just because he's doing
serious.
stand-up
That
doesn't mean he
was-
can't offend somebody.
Well, that was the whole thing in
Yeah.
the show
Well, you
that he
got-
kept saying over and over. He's like, or that was like the main criticism that he hated was that he was told that all of his jokes are punching down, and that he really took offense to that.
So he's
Correct.
trying to say, no, Black people are actually the real victims, is what.
No, what he's
Point
saying
was-
is that
Kind
cancel
of.
culture is way too sensitive, and he went right after cancel culture.
He's not
and that-
canceled. He's like the most famous person.
Well, he's had some issues. I guess supposedly a lot of trans
he's
people have
making
had
millions
them.
of dollars from Netflix. It's not like they're not going to put his show on. It's not like they're not going to put his specials on. They're not going to.
Well, he was
and
having
so
issues
this-
with the trans community and with cancel culture
But
and
the trans
getting
community
threats and
is
all
not-
that stuff.
Yeah.
They just got this cancel culture thing's getting. They're way too oversensitive. Let's just be serious. They're
Who's
trying to
they?
cancel anybody, anyone who's involved in this whole cancel culture.
But
thing,
everyone's
like-
canceling everyone now.
Yeah, that's
There's no
that's
more...
the problem, Jay. We're way too sensitive of a society. That's a problem. And he went after them, and he got them pretty good because he was trying to say like
But
Will
that's
was
why
saying.
they're offended.
He was saying that the trans people were saying, "Oh, stop punching down, stop punching down." He was talking about how they need to show that his job, what he does is makes fun of people and makes fun of things. They
But do
need
you know
to
what
show
punching
some
down
empathy.
is? Do you know what
They
punching
need to
down
show
is?
some empathy. You know what happened? He had a friend who was trans he did stand-up comedy with in LA. She ended up doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
She went on Twitter after the show and she said, "Wow, Dave Chappelle's not trans. He's a great guy. I thought he's really good for the trans community." They chastised her so hard, all the trans community, all the cancel culture. She committed suicide
Because of Dave Chappelle.
because of cancel culture, because of everyone.
But you don't know that. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
Two days
Okay.
later, after her tweet, she killed herself. After she tweeted about Dave and how nice of a guy he was.
Well, that
and
could
how
have just been a.
he was saying they need to show
Coincidence.
some empathy and that they need to stop punching down towards him.
So he's basically saying that. So his argument is, well, you're punching down on me because everyone can gang up on me on the internet, millions of people. And they're saying, no, you're this rich millionaire who like has a
You
huge
have a platform,
right? You have
right?
a huge platform. So it feels like it's just.
But he sees himself as an equal to everybody.
But he's,
Well, he's
not.
not though, dude.
He's
like,
not. He's a
like
and
multi,
that's-
super rich, super
Yeah.
famous.
And
like,
that's so. Then that
you can't just see. It's like LeBron James being like, "Oh, I'm just like a high school basketball player,
Well,
working hard." Like no.
He said a really nice statement. He goes, "I don't punch up, I don't punch down, I punch lines." And that was awesome.
Well, that's
So
what
true.
that's what she said about him in the tweet.
Oh, that's what she said about him. in
Yes,
the tweet.
but well,
That's right.
and one thing I want to get back to, you were talking about the cancel culture and how there was a lot of flack around that. To me, this is how I see it. Dave's not getting canceled. So, like, the CEO of Netflix came out and said, "No, we're going to keep the show up." And so a bunch of trans people at Netflix are staging a walkout and all this stuff. And then a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, that's so courageous." And yes, Dave is this hero and blah, 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 blah. To me, it's like, from their
They want
perspective,
money.
he's a cash cow.
They're not
Exactly.
gonna. Yeah, he's like his stand-up special. They said was the highest grossing or like the most highly rated stand-up special in the history of like maybe the world, but definitely Netflix.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna. He could literally light a trans person on fire on stage, and they'd be like, "Look, he's an artist. Like, let's just give him a chance."
So, but I want to get into some specific stuff. Do you have some specific notes?
Well,
that
what do you guys
wanna
think of
say?
the comedy?
There was
I
this-
saw-
he had a good. He was talking. He had some coronavirus jokes at the beginning. How he was saying he had coronavirus, and he's like, and he's like, you know what? I never got sick on coronavirus. I'm basically the Magic Johnson of coronavirus. That's funny. I thought that's funny. Look at Magic, dude. After all these years, the dude is like thriving.
I think
You know, it was a funny. You don't think that's funny?
That's
Bro.
what I would say. There was some for me.
Yes.
I thought some of the jokes that he said. I think if it was anyone but Dave Chappelle saying them, people would kind of groan and be like, that's not that really good of a joke. But
it's
because
corny.
he's,
You're saying it's corny.
yeah, yes, because that's not the like that one is okay. I'll get into some other specifics that I am just like, I didn't think that was funny at all, and I don't. Wasn't.
What
my
about,
favorite.
okay, he was talking about Caitlyn Jenner. He goes, Caitlyn Jenner is the woman of the year. She won the woman of the year after her first year of being a woman. Jay, you listening?
Yeah. First year. being a
Caitlyn
woman.
Jenner won woman of the year in the first year. And he goes, she's never had a period in her life.
Okay, that's corny.
I don't know. I mean, my
I get what you're saying.
my
You just
delivery
proved
of
those
it is
points.
bad. My delivery of it is bad.
But what does that have
But-
to do?
Well, okay, so then
You guys-
can I get
you
into
won
some
woman of the year,
other
never had a
specific
period?
examples?
That's a joke.
What?
Is it
That's
like
fine.
a grammar joke, like period at the end of the
No,
sentence?
No.
it's that she's.
He said she's
Yeah.
won woman of the year. She's never had a period in her life.
Like never menstruated?
Yes.
But what's the joke?
That she's
That's
never-
why it's.
She hasn't
not
gone
funny.
through the pain of that and stuff like that. And she's woman of the year.
Well, and what he's
But you
saying
can
is
also
it's.
say she's never given birth. That's more painful.
Yeah, let's
There's
not
a lot
get.
of
into
women
I don't know. Whatever. I don't get it.
So
Sorry.
there's okay. So
Not
then
all
his.
women give birth.
Not all women have periods now.
Yes, they do.
So,
That's going on. I'm cutting that one. I'm cutting that one.
It's live. Nico.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, Will, why don't
No,
you
Will.
please?
Will is obviously. I feel like Will was offended by this stand-up.
I
I'm
wasn't
shocked.
offended. I just didn't think like it's. I feel like there can certain times, and I'm not like trying to be any kind of woke or anything. I just didn't like. I thought I would laugh more. I've seen some of his other stuff and laughed more. Like he seemed to harp on that like this trans issue a lot, and he said like this is the last time he's going to bring it up.
I'm sure that.
And then it was like I don't know, and this is maybe just kind of my maybe pessimistic attitude towards it, but then it's like, well, I have a trans friend, and then they killed themselves. Yeah, see, don't you feel bad about it? And I think it's messed up, but it's kind of like, oh, well, I can make fun of black people because I have a black friend. Like it's like, just because you say a bunch of shitty things about
doesn't have anything to do with your friend. Who
yes,
yeah,
it's like it's an individual, and he's basically saying that too. Like it more came across that it was like he's just upset that white people in this minority community are making more waves and like getting ahead of black people. But to get back to some of the specific jokes that I didn't really think were that funny, he was like trans pussy it's pussy, but it's not real pussy. It's impossible pussy. The blood tastes like beet juice. I'm like,
it's like like the Impossible Whopper and like what's the company? What's the other
Impossible
company?
and Beyond.
No, Beyond. He said it's like Beyond.
So and then I don't know. I feel like
I
that's
think it's okay.
It's okay.
Dude, but
you
you watched the Chappelle show when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
Or did you? Okay, he's doing the same kind of bits and stuff. If that was like more raunchy back then than what he was today.
And maybe it's like I like skit comedy because then the like jokes can be kind of played out a little bit more. And I don't know. I like most of Dave's stuff. Then he had like a joke about feminists, and he's like, well, all the feminists I know are butch and have overalls on. So it's like I don't know.
Sounds,
it's like,
you know what it sounds like? It sounds like joke premises from like the 2000s.
Exactly,
It
and that's
sounds
what
like
I'm trying to say.
His premises like haven't evolved at all.
Yes.
Like it sounds like.
So it's
he's
like that.
still
I
a
feel like
good-
I've seen that in a meme before, or you've heard other people say it. So to me, it didn't come
It's
across
like
as
stuff
all
It's
original.
like stuff you see on Twitter, recycled shit you see on Twitter. Where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I guess. Oh, sorry, my voice sounded a little distant. I guess it's the mask. So, yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's these hacky sort of like recycled premises, and then he's throwing maybe a little bit of an edgy twist. It's like edgy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And
oh,
so
I'm gonna bring
it
up
was
trans
more,
people.
That's how I saw it. Like some of it was more of like a shock culture thing. Like then he had a joke at the very beginning. I have only two other things I want to mention.
No, keep going.
He had
man.
a
This
joke
is-
at the
No, no,
beginning
it's
of
enough.
when he was like, "Oh, I can't remember exactly how he got to it, but then it was just a joke about him getting molested, which I don't know. Maybe he was molested.
Oh,
but
by
then
the priest.
Yeah,
By
but
the
then that just
priest.
like came out of
Oh,
nowhere.
he
to
definitely
me.
wasn't. That was
So then
definitely
it just
a joke.
was like a shock value, and then the
Shock
other
value.
one was he had this idea of, and the premise actually sounds good, but then I thought the punchline was just horrible, and it didn't relate to anything. He goes, I have this premise for a movie where aliens were on Earth before, but then they left, and then they've come back to Earth in this movie to reclaim their land, and they're basically going to kill off all the humans. And he's like, and I got the name for it. Space Jews. And then that was it.
Yeah.
That was the
That was
joke.
the
And then
joke.
that was, and then he had a callback
He had
of
a
it.
callback
and
of
then,
it, yeah.
like, but then that
God, space. Dude.
it didn't relate to anything. Like, if it like
yeah.
fits into the story, I'm good with it. But then it just seems so random, and then
He
it
just
wasn't
like shitting on
Bo
Jews
Bo
randomly.
Burnham. Bo Burnham has random stuff
But
all
his
the time.
whole
But
thing,
it was
every
very
single
consistent
thing of what
thematically.
Bo Burnham does is random. He
He
goes
just
from
implemented a little of that into his own show. Why? Are
so,
you,
but then because the rest of the he spent 45 minutes
Talking
talking
about
about
the
trans, and then he
transgender.
throws space Jews.
well, he did the
Like,
Space Juice thing before. I think he did the trans stuff.
He
I
did,
think it was in
but
order,
what I'm
so-
saying
He
is
did a
it was a
callback.
one-time thing, and then to have
Yeah.
a callback. The callback wasn't even
Yeah.
that funny.
It's
It
a
was-
rock.
it was
Listen,
okay.
This
I mean-
is not a stand-up special you watch with your family or your
No, I
kids
think
or
you
anything.
can.
Well,
like
Neil,
that.
you said it was the
No
best.
way.
Neil, you
It's
said
so
it was.
raunchy,
You
dude.
said it was the best stand-up you've seen of Chappelle.
I-
Have you seen
out of
him
his
killing them
specials,
softly? Have you seen
yeah,
killing them softly?
yes, I have. That was a good one too. Killing Him Softly was good.
That was probably
But his
peak.
last special on Netflix was stunk. I thought it wasn't that
Oh, I
good.
didn't like any of his new Netflix.
Okay,
things.
this one I actually thought it was good. It was finally someone going against cancel culture. Finally,
Finally,
stepping
every
them up.
comic has done that over the last year. You
I
kidding
haven't
me?
heard of
Every
it.
special, Bill Burr did it, and then everyone's done it.
Well, he had a
It's like
personal
the-
story to relate to it. I thought it was good.
Every
Yeah.
comedian also has a personal
I
story
thought
about
it
it
was
because
good.
they all
I'm
get
telling-
canceled.
I
500
laughed out
times a
loud
year.
several times.
It came
Because he doesn't mean it though. These aren't jokes that
He
he's like.
does though.
It's not a.
He has a platform and he wants
It's
them
not
to
like a
know.
Klan
Neil,
rally or something. The
Neil,
guy's
but he
not
has. He
serious.
can talk about anything. Why is he so fixated on one topic?
He wanted to address what's going on because all this news is coming out
But
that
is
he's
the best
transphobic.
place to address it in a comedy special you're making millions of dollars off of, or is it to actually do a sincere statement?
He's
And
been trying to do it
that's-
before. He gets chastised over
Well,
social media, so he finally had his own
and
platform
I-
to
Oh,
do
you're
it.
kind
I
of
don't-
writing a narrative. For
I don't
him. You don't
agree.
know if that's what.
Well, I don't
But you
agree
don't
with
know
that
either.
either
Well-
because he released that whole thing about how he left Comedy Central and then they came back and then they ended up paying him, right? So that was a whole thing,
Oh,
like
talk
his whole
about
dialogue.
playing the victim.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. Like if
Comics
you're gonna
criticized him.
here,
Comics criticized him.
if you're gonna do a comedy show, make it a comedy
did.
show. Don't make it a platform where you throw some jokes in. Like it didn't feel like a comedy show.
It was a
felt
lecture.
like, yeah, it's like I've been through it because I gave up $50 million. But then it's like, well, you can't have it both ways because then you went back and complained to everyone and then all of a sudden you get your money back. I think he should have got his money. I mean, get paid, right? But it just comes across like a little bit differing.
Like a victim complex, you're saying, or
A little bit.
I think he's just. I
it's
think
a
he's
little
just
out of
telling
touch.
his side
Yeah.
of the story. When else is he going to get to do that?
yeah, but isn't stand-up
What I'm-
comedy supposed to make you laugh? Is it supposed to be
It
about
was
talking
funny.
about?
You didn't laugh at all, Will.
Some.
Ever.
Some, but for
The
Compared to how he was before.
He just. I just did. The Magic Johnson of coronavirus. Oh,
Yeah.
you laughed.
It's fun. Okay, yeah, that's fun.
And
It's
there's
funny.
other stuff that's funny too. I didn't write
Yeah.
every. I don't want to ruin it. I mean,
Yeah,
we should have said
and I'm
spoiler
not
alert before we
saying-
did this, but
And I'm not saying that there wasn't some funny parts in it. And I'm not saying that like he has some kind of big thing that I think Dave Chappelle's
Do you-
the worst because
do-
obviously he's a very
do you think he's
famous-
transphobic? Would you
No,
say he's
no.
transphobic? Not even close, dude. That Dave Chappelle. Come on.
What
man.
is it? What do you mean, Dave Chappelle? You
He's
know
not
who
a
treats women well?
transphobic.
You know who treats women well?
Donald Trump.
Bill Cosby. I mean,
Yeah,
Bill
exactly.
Cosby is mean to women. Come on, Jay. Bill Cosby. R. Kelly,
No,
best
but
singer in the
come
country.
on.
You think
I mean, how
R.
can you
Kelly?
relate?
You
How
think
can-
R. Kelly?
Telling
is
a couple
misogynist?
jokes 20 years ago and actually
I'm just saying,
doing
just
what
because
those
someone's
people
famous.
did.
I'm just saying, just because someone's famous doesn't mean they're not a bigot.
But he didn't do anything. I'm not saying he.
I'm just
he's
saying
famous.
bigoted. Like, doesn't mean you're not bigoted. Doesn't mean he's not. He's to me. This is why I stopped liking his specials, and even this one, sounds like kind of the same thing. It's like when he was young, his jokes were edgy, and those premises were good. What's that sound?
It's a plane going by.
Military plane.
Fighter.
We're under attack.
Fighter jet.
It's Dave Chappelle, everybody. Come on in, Dave.
Hi guys.
Hi. All right.
Welcome
So
back.
we're good. Are we
Yeah,
good?
Well,
that-
I'm
that's-
just saying,
that's
no. But basically, what I'm saying is, it sounds like he's kind of just become a grumpy old man, a grumpy old rich man. All his jokes are about like, I don't understand these trans and da 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 da. It's like it almost is kind of like Bill Cosby. Like when Bill Cosby got old, his comedy started turning into just like, it's like Hannibal Buress's joke when that set when he got canceled. He was like, "Pull your pants up, black people. I was on TV in the '80s." That's almost like what Chappelle feels, where it's like everyone loves him, but he's become this like preacher and this like just total kind of ideologue where people didn't really think he had a political opinion in his old stuff, and now all his stuff seems like it's very political, for better or for worse.
Yeah, and
It's just a change.
and maybe it's just a difference between like in the past the jokes have been more centered around black people instead of a different like minority. So then people are more comfortable with that for whatever reason.
Or he's just talking about
it's
his
just-
own culture,
Yeah, and then
so
it
just
feels
sounds
a
like
little
it's
bit more
personal
authentic,
and
right?
personal.
Yes, exactly.
Because it sounds like he tried to make this one personal by being like, I have a trans friend. But it's different if you're trans. It's like, if he's talking about black people, you're like, well, he's a black guy. So his perspective is more valuable. If he's talking
Yes.
about trans people, you're like, Well, he's not trans. He knew a trans person once, but everyone kind of has.
Exactly.
So, like, what is his perspective really going to offer other than just, like, some cheesy joke about, Magic Johnson or Impossible Burgers? Like, that's not really authentic or personal. Anyone could come up with those jokes.
Well, and then that's how it came across. Like, I kind of felt like I knew those punchlines were coming. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, then it felt like kind of low-hanging fruit.
Neil's literally checked out.
I'm not. I'm dealing with
moving
something.
on.
I'm dealing with something.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
Let's move on to the next.
We got this segment today.
Have you been drinking wine?
Yeah.
How are you going to taste water?
I was thinking about that. I can taste it though, right? Here's the issue. Will, Jay and I were having a conversation a while back, and for those of you who don't really know me that well, I either drink two things. I'm either going to drink a beer or wine once in a while, or I'm drinking water. Those are literally the only two things. And I was known for only drinking a little bit. I was only known for drinking booze. I was only known for drinking. Before I got a water filter, I only used to drink out of water bottles. And I only used to drink Dasani.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love Dasani. What do you mean, if?
Yeah.
Dasani is by far
Dasani
the
is
best
universally.
water.
Google Dasani, and it is universally
Oh, here we go
hated
again.
by the
Cancel
internet.
culture featuring Jay Mizra. He's trying to cancel Dasani.
This is cancel culture. I don't like water, and Neil goes, "Get him! He's part of cancel culture. Cancel him!" And Neil's literally trying to cancel me for my opinion.
Jay's trying to cancel Dasani.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dasani is a fantastic
Oh
water.
yeah, this really hurts.
And I told Will and Jay, I drink so much water. I drink all the different types of waters. I can taste water with a blindfold on. I can tell you which one is Dasani. I may not be able to tell you exactly which water is which, but I know for sure which one is Dasani. I'll pick out the lineup today. We got 6 bottles of water here. We got Dasani, we got Arrowhead, which is
pass the
disgusting.
bottle of wine back here, unless you just want to kill it.
Arrowhead is absolutely the most
take a little
disgusting
more.
water of all
some
time.
more?
Disgusting.
Chase your
Aquafina, we've got Voss
Neil,
water.
chase your
we've
water
got-
with wine, like Jesus. Huh? Come on, another Jesus. Will shook his head at that.
No.
After the risen joke.
Fiji.
After the risen joke.
We got Smart Water, we've got Fiji, we've got 6 different waters today. I am going to be blindfolded, and I'm going to tell you which one is Dasani, and I'll also tell you which other waters they are as well, blindfolded. Do we have some sort of blindfold? So I
Are
can...
you pouring water on my ground?
Do
No,
we have a
there's
blindfold?
nothing in here
Then why are you shaking it out?
because there's like dirt in there.
So
There's
dirt.
something. Yeah.
So Will's going to be the host for this. He's going to give me the water, and he'll
That
show the
rustling is
camera.
super loud. What are you putting your jacket on for?
I'm putting a blindfold
I
on.
can't see.
Oh, how am I going to... I'm going to take that.
Blindfold?
Bro, this is a blindfolded taste test challenge.
Could you brought a bigger blindfold? I'm not sure that one will fit around your head.
Well, you don't have anything other than COVID, so I don't even know where the mic is. Is the mic
All
still
right,
here?
I'll give you that one. And by the way, I don't think I do. I'm just trying to be cautious.
No, I know he does.
I'm just trying to be
Hopefully he
cautious
does
because I love you guys.
It was a Dave Chappelle coronavirus joke. I was throwing.
Yeah, it wasn't funny.
conversation
Just
out.
like his special apparently wasn't funny. But I'll watch it and let you guys know what I thought next week.
Okay.
We don't
Am
talk
I
about
near the
it for that
Am
long.
I near the microphone?
Oh, you're near.
Yeah.
Okay. So you loaded up the first one, right?
Just don't spill the water.
So
on
I'll
it.
tell you my prediction. I think I'm definitely gonna get Arrow because it's so gross. I think I'm gonna get Voss.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get Fiji. I think Aquafina might throw me off a little bit,
You gotta get
but I'm
a
definitely
little
getting
bit,
Dasani.
get a
Sorry.
little closer.
You know
Okay,
Aquafina
all right.
the actress?
I'll just talk loud.
You know Aquafina the actress?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Will.
you ready?
Yeah, give me the cup. Did you show the camera what it is?
No, but I will afterwards. Just
Show them right now with the bottle.
We got a solid 3 viewers in the chat. Shouts to the chat, guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
Wait, let me think.
It's the Dasani Water Challenge.
Ooh, this tastes good.
What are your initial thoughts, Neil? What are your tasting notes? Is it wet or?
It's crisp. It's crisp. It reminds me of
Just be real careful
a
with the bottles.
Fiji. It reminds me of a Fiji.
Mm. I mean, what's Fiji-esque about it? Neil?
Oh, it's just crisp. That's good. Gosh, could it be Dasani? It's so good. Hold on.
Oh, Jenny just shouts to Jenny. She said the podcast is out of focus. Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone and see what she means.
Gosh, that's so good.
Drink into the mic.
I'm gonna say it's
ASMR.
Fiji.
This is like the ASMR episode. Just hear Neil gulping water.
I think it's Fiji.
Okay, here's the next one.
Oh, I see. It looks okay, Jenny.
It might be the internet. Your
Hi,
like
Jenny.
feed.
Oh, I see. It looks okay.
Like the next time you watch it, it might come through a little bit better.
There's no tap water in this, right?
There is tap water as part of this challenge as well.
I kind of like sitting back here. I feel like I should do this every episode, don't you think?
Sure.
I'm just the man. Will thinks it's bad.
I think this is Aquafina.
Aquafina?
Okay.
Will, are you going in the lineup or
Yeah,
are you just...
Aquafina.
I have.
That could also be Aquafina and then Fiji.
Okay.
That also could be. Those two I get confused, I think, but I'll go with those two first. Fiji and then Aquafina is what my guess is.
Next one.
Yeah.
I look like a photobomber.
Oh, this one's gross. This is tap water.
Which one?
Oh, get that away from me. That's tap water. That is tap water for sure. Then we should not have put tap water in that. That's disgusting.
Next one.
Yeah.
What do you think, Neil? What do you think of this one?
Ooh.
Oh, is that your baby there?
Dasani. Let me try it one more time.
Wow. He loves his fucking drinking. The sound of him drinking in the headphones is absurd. He's like, oh God. Yes, give me the water.
God, Lee, hold on.
I look like the strip club DJ. Of
I'm
this
gonna go
of this
Dasani.
podcast.
I'm gonna go Dasani.
You're going for the hard D.
Yeah.
He
Dasani.
wants
Where are
the
the
D.
bad ones? We
He
gotta have
wants
some
the D,
bad ones
ladies and
left.
gentlemen.
Then I've gotta be. There's gotta be some bad ones left. If these taste good, I'm in trouble.
Okay, so you got the order there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should turn those labels. I don't know. Are you mixing them together? You psycho.
No, I have a
Smart
method.
water.
Okay.
Smart. That was smart.
Smart water. I'm hoping these are bad. Arrows. I haven't called out Arrow yet.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's not good. Arrow better be left. Oh, this is not good. This is either Voss or Arrow for sure.
It's hard to see. Well, it's actually hard.
I'm gonna
to
go
see.
with Arrow.
Can you kind of line
But-
them up at an
But
angle?
it's
Arrowhead.
Yes, I will.
Sorry.
Arrowhead. I mean, wait.
That was Arrowhead. Is there one more?
I don't
left
like
after
that.
this?
It could be Voss. Could be Voss or Arrowhead. I'm gonna go Arrowhead.
So what,
This-
you're keeping track
I
of
expect
which
this
ones
to
you think's
taste
are
bad too. Whatever this one is, it should be Voss. So it shouldn't taste very good.
Is that the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't taste that bad. I'll stick with Voss.
Okay, so this
So,
is the order.
Wait. Just before, because I've been watching.
Okay.
I was right about everything. Every opinion I had about water, every bottle that I said was
Was I
good,
close?
Not even close.
Not
bro.
even close? Did I get the song
every,
right?
No.
Every single water, every water that I said was good is the one you thought was good. Neil.
Really?
Yes.
This
and
is the-
I am the
What
water
did I
king.
say was best? Aquafina?
This is you said
Voss.
Voss.
I knew
No!
Voss would be the best. I knew Voss would be the best. And Fiji.
What did I say about Dasani?
You thought it was Voss.
You thought it was the worst. You were like, this one's terrible. It has to be Voss. And it was Dasani.
No.
No, that wasn't right.
Yes, that's
I don't-
exactly.
I was right about Arrowhead though, right?
You're
Yes.
right about Arrowhead. You were right about tap water.
And you thought
I
Dasani
knew
was bad.
tap water. But you see, tap water does make a difference.
Tap
And
water's
you got
terrible,
you
but
got
roll
Aqu-
taste,
you got
roll
Aquafina correct as well.
I got Aquafina right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Smart Water and Fiji I could see mixing up.
No, Fiji, you're like, this isn't bad. And then you're like, okay, I'll give it to Voss.
This
And
is
you're
what you got
begrudging.
right. This is what you got
Okay,
right.
but Fiji and Smart Water I could see mixing up. That's disgusting. I'm mixed up.
Voss
with
is the
Voss
best
and
there,
Dasani.
though. Voss is clearly the best water there, if you want to talk about quality. Yes, Voss is the fancy water in that table.
I did like that one. Is that the one I kept drinking?
Yeah, and Dasani you
Yeah,
thought
you're-
was Voss. You thought Dasani was Voss. This goes to show you psychological marketing works, Will. Because
You
the
know
one
what?
he thought he would hate the most, he was the one he actually thought he loved. So basically, he thought he would hate Voss the most, so he gave Dasani Voss, and I told you Dasani was the worst, Neil, and you proved it today. You proved it with science.
Proved it, and that's what we call Neil failing at games.
Neil, admit it now. Dasani is the worst water.
I'm not mad. I'm
admit
not.
it.
No.
Admit
I'm
Voss
not,
is the best.
No.
You said that when you were blind, you were talking.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed that I let the Riders down.
Neil, you didn't let
The
the Riders
people-
down. You're letting yourself up because now you can switch off that putrid,
Listen,
acidic
for the
trash
record,
that Dasani
for the
is.
record, Arrowhead is the worst water ever. If you're buying Arrowhead, you need to check yourself into a mental institution.
I do
because
feel like
that
I
stuff
could-
is disgusting.
And if you're buying Dasani,
Then
you're
you're
a
absolutely
loser.
smart.
You're a loser.
I
Neil,
feel like Smart Water has like a certain viscosity to it. Let me see.
it has additives. Smart Water has a bunch of additives.
Yeah. I think I could get Smart Water.
You like it?
Compared
No, I
to
don't.
Fiji?
Smart Water
I mean,
sucks. Voss is clearly the
Smart
best.
Water has a certain like
There's additives into it. It has it's like 97% water or something. Or 99, I don't know. Fiji is good. Fiji is solid. And Neil, you said the same thing. You're like, this isn't bad. That was what you said about Fiji. And that's the one I like. I like Fiji. Well, Voss is clearly more fancy, but it's more expensive.
I was just hoping you wouldn't get tap water.
Oh, I got tap water immediately. So I got 3 out of 7, which is not good. But the one, I'm not surprised
Oh,
with the
you're
Fiji
right.
Smart Water.
The
Yeah.
Fiji also has like a
Yeah.
thickness to it.
Yes. Fiji and Smart Water are very similar. Voss and Dasani, I don't know what happened there.
Dasani's the worst, and Voss
You know what
is
it did? You
clearly
know what
the
happened?
best.
I had the tap water before the Dasani, completely threw me off.
Yeah, sure.
The
it
tap
did.
water,
Yeah.
No, that
Killed
wasn't
my
that
palate.
wasn't the order though.
yes it was.
No, it
That
wasn't.
water was like first.
Yeah.
You like this is the order that
Smart
I
water.
poured it.
Neil, you
Aquafina,
had
tap water,
Aquafina.
Dasani.
You had Aquafina before Dasani.
I know. I had the tap water before Dasani too.
No, well, 3 waters before it.
No, it went Smart Water, Aquafina, tap water, Dasani.
No.
Yes, it did.
No, wait. It's when the order he has it there.
But where is the tap water here?
The tap water was in the Arrowhead. I don't remember.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you mix Arrowhead with tap. That's also maybe why Arrowhead.
Yeah. that
No,
was
I
disgusting.
poured
No,
Arrowhead out.
Arrowhead stinks. It's like the discount water.
Is
It's
it
very
that bad? All right, now I gotta try.
So, okay.
Neil,
well, that's
will you
sad.
switch? No,
that
will you
proves
commit
it.
to
I
switching?
cannot.
You have to commit to switching. You lost. You have to switch.
It's Voss'
Get the
superior
cheapest.
water.
Voss is
According to
superior.
this challenge, Voss is the superior water. Voss is the superior water.
Thank you.
That
That's
does it
all I
right
wanted you
there.
to
I mean,
admit.
I was chugging it down like there's no tomorrow.
You
right?
you should have had these headphones on. It's like I was listening to an ASMR podcast.
It was really tasty.
I thought you were
But I
licking
think
the
it has
mic.
something to do with the bottles. Like when I hold the Dasani bottle, like the rim and stuff makes it taste better. Like look at this thing. Look at the way you have to when you open
Yeah,
it
the
up.
bottle
it's
of
a
Voss
huge
is
circle.
terrible.
What is that?
But have another sip. See
Looks
what
like
you
a
think.
cow
See what
would
you think
drink
with the
out of
black
it.
You
bottle.
like that girthy bottle.
what you-
It's a girthy ass.
See what you think. I mean, the thing about Dasani is it's just tap water bottled by Coca-Cola and like lightly filtered, I guess. So
They just take it from poor countries and sell it to rich. That's what they do.
the reverse Robin Hood move,
Yeah.
the reverse Robin Hood corporate move. You take from the poor.
Now what
sell
do
to
you
the
got,
rich.
Neil?
Well, that just proves it. I guess
Proves
Voss is
it.
the superior water, and it proves that I couldn't pick out Dasani in the lineup after drinking it for years.
I knew it.
Well,
I knew it too.
There it is. You got to prove it though. All
Well,
right, we gotta. Neil's got issues.
Neil's got issues. Yeah.
There's no way someone with COVID would be able to sing that beautifully. There's just no way.
Neil's got it. No, I'm just kidding.
Neil's got issues. Yeah.
That's also gonna be clipped.
That's
There's
gonna be
no
yeah.
doubt.
That's going on the.
There's
That's going
no
on
doubt.
Instagram.
That's going on the gram. All right. Question for you,
Dear Neil.
Long time listener, first time. Oh, someone did say that. That was actually pretty funny.
Caller, go caller. Did you lose it?
Can you read or?
Yeah, I was reading the
Is
other
this
one.
thing on?
Okay.
Bam,
So this is
David.
submitted by a writer. Just for the record, this is submitted by a writer.
I think you said a writer. Like
No,
I said-
writer.
Oh, rider.
A Schneider
Like a
rider.
Schneider
Like
rider.
Stephen
Alright.
King.
One of the writers. Shout out to the writers. You know who you are, baby.
Shakespeare.
Oh, if you are a writer, gotta get one of these shirts.
Oh, we plugged.
They're back on sale. Schneider 44 shirts. I'm gonna make another order. DM me. Text message me.
I can't believe Neil's got issues just turned into an ad.
Schneider 2044. This shirt is so comfortable. It's so comfortable.
This
it's the softest shirt.
This episode brought to you by
How soft
our
are these?
money.
Listen, we got two writers right here. Will and Jay, one of the biggest writers out there. How nice are these shirts for real? How nice are these shirts for real?
Oh, they're nice. They're soft.
Will?
Well, I think Will actually picked out the specific
I did.
T-shirt. Right?
Yeah, you did a
I
great
know.
job. The design is awesome. It says "For the Farmers" on the back. It's sick.
They're softer than Neil's forehand. Huh?
That was
Huh?
unnecessary.
Huh?
That was unnecessary and a lie. First of all, okay.
It's his backhand that's soft, Will.
That's actually.
I was
true,
gonna
my backhand.
and I was gonna say
My-
that, but I should have. I got a little performance
I snatched
anxiety.
it
My
right,
backhand
I snatched it
stinks.
right through the shower curtain.
For the record, my backhand stinks. All right. My son wants me to buy him a bottle of Fireball. He's in college. He's got a fake ID, so he will buy it himself, but he could get pinched. Do I just buy it and save him potentially getting in trouble?
How old is he? We don't
He's
know.
in college. He's
So
under
18,
21.
18.
He has a
He's
fake
under
ID,
21.
so
He has
he's
a
probably
fake
in
ID.
Yes.
Also, who
Buy
says
it.
pinched?
Dad's. This came from a dad.
Hey, he might get thrown in the pokey.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
how about we not make
you
fun of our
don't.
listeners and we answer his problem that he has, Jay?
They might take him in the back of the paddy wagon down to the station and give him what for?
You see? You see?
This is a 1920s
You
dad.
see here? He got pinched. My son got pinched. You see? You see?
He got mobbed.
Both of you so much.
Yeah, see?
He took it down to the meat market. You see?
Hey, hit him with the belly club, huh? Okay, so should you buy him the
Classic.
Fireball?
Why am I still
All right.
wearing this jacket, dude?
Yeah.
I just looked up out there and I'm like, why
It's
am I
making a
wearing
lot of
like
noise too.
You know what it is? It is. You know what it is? It's the shirt, Neil. It's this high fashion shirt
Come
you
on.
need to put on a little
For the
more.
riders. For the riders. Let's go.
Look at the camera.
Oh, for the riders.
Oh,
I
come
hate
on.
this TV. I'm sorry.
I know.
I think this whole episode I've been doing that. But anyway, let's answer this. gentleman's
I
question.
think it's a pretty. This one's pretty cut and dry to me. You got just buy it. Like I don't see what the. For one,
Wait.
there's so much risk, and I agree. If he has a fake ID, imagine what kind of trouble your son's gonna get in if he gets caught with a fake ID trying to buy liquor. So it's gonna be he's gonna get probably put on like suspension or probation at school. There's gonna be a fine because underage drinking. There's gonna be possibly like a I don't know if they charge someone with like fraudulent identity or whatever that's called.
Girls might think he's cool.
Are you encouraging underage drinking?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that if you're 18, if you're in college, you're already living by yourself outside of your parents' household. I don't think there's anything wrong with a parent buying their kids alcohol, because then at least you know where it's coming from. I mean, it also then it's not going to get excessive because you're their supplier, right?
Well.
What a shocker. The anti-masker doesn't care about
Oh,
laws
no,
and
that's
regulations.
nothing to do with it.
What a shocker.
And I'm also not an anti-masker.
He's
just
not.
tonight.
He's
but-
not. He's not. But who's wearing a mask and who's not? Go ahead.
I took mine.
So I mean, that's I think that's
Hey,
a,
stay behind the curtain.
that's a
You
sim-
see? You see?
Man,
that's as simple as it is, or that's as simple as it is for me. It just that's pretty. I would do it as long as you're not going with him. Well, actually, he's your son. He could even be in the car. Like I don't see that even being an issue. One time, I had some stranger kids come up to me in the parking lot
no, you
of
didn't
a
do it.
liquor store and were like, "Hey, man, can you buy us alcohol?"
And what'd you do?
I said, "No, no, no,
Did you say it like that?
no."
Oh,
Like that- no.
No, children, you cannot have it. No, no, no.
Yeah,
then-
and then I just turned into an
because
Italian
then
accent.
all
and,
of a sudden, then the risk is all on me. It's like I don't know you. You could be undercover, and what am I getting out of this? Like, I don't get anything out. They're like,
No,
well,
for
we'll,
sure not.
we'll give you $20. I'm like, bro, that's not worth.
You're like 40, we'll make it a deal.
Yeah. Like, all right,
I know
bump it
you.
up.
I know. What's your number? What's your number?
200.
So
Wait,
wait,
how
so-
long ago was this?
This was in Texas, so I don't know,
Oh.
6 years ago or something.
Texas.
So wait, but what you're saying it's
So he's-
totally different if it's the parent because.
Yeah.
But why?
Well, because it's someone that you know is not a cop trying to bust you.
Oh, you mean he won't get in trouble? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then you know that your son is also not going to get in trouble for
Okay.
potentially getting caught.
Well,
But does
if-
he have to drink it
Yeah.
with you, or can he take
That's-
it with his
No,
friend?
no, he can have it
Then
with
how
you.
do you know he's not gonna get in
It's
trouble?
Fireball. Well, then that's on them.
You ever
Like-
heard of underage drinking?
I do.
It's
Well,
on them. Well, if
ticket.
the cops go, "Where'd you get the alcohol?" and it goes, "My parents bought it," you think the parents still get in trouble?
If I have a
Ooh.
son that
I
narcs
don't
on
think
me,
they do.
If I have a son that narcs on me, he's dead.
oh, you're done.
You're out.
No, I
You're
don't
out
think
of
the
the
kid.
family.
If the kid said my dad bought it for me, the dad doesn't get in trouble, does he?
We'll
If
be
the-
like, "Fredo, you broke my house."
No, I'm serious.
They're
Jay.
not gonna. They're not gonna
Wait, what?
ask.
If the dad buys it for the kid who's underage, and the kid tells the cop that
You
hey,
get
my
in
dad
trouble.
brought it, does the dad get in trouble?
For
Yeah.
sure. That's
No
under.
way.
Yeah, you're supplying.
Especially
But
if
the
other
dad just
kids.
changes the story and said no, he stole it.
What
from
if
me.
other kids who aren't your kid are drinking it? Then you think if your daughter gets fucking in a drunk driving accident and you find out your fucking
Ask him. He's
your
the one saying buy
daughter's-
the liquor.
your daughter's
Yeah,
boyfriend's dad bought alcohol for them, I'm gonna kick that guy's ass.
That's
Nah,
fair
okay,
enough.
that's
I'm gonna
fair
kick
enough.
him. I'm gonna kick him right in the
You're gonna
ass.
kick
Will.
Will's ass.
I'm
I'm gonna kick
standing-
Will right in the ass.
Because your kid got drunk because Will's
And
kid.
now my kid got in an accident because my kid was a 19-year-old wasted girl at college who was trying
Why
to
she
hang
have
out
to
with
be a
your son.
girl? Are you gonna
Because
say-
in my scenario, it's my fantasy life, Neil, and my daughter is in college in my fantasy life.
What a
Good.
white
I
knight
like
we
that.
have here.
It's fair.
It's not a white knight, but I'm saying you wouldn't be pissed if another parent bought your kid
I don't-
alcohol
you
and,
don't-
you get, and let
No.
your kid
Hot
get...
take. I don't think Will thought about that.
I did
before
think
he
about
answered.
that, and I don't think that
No,
matters.
you didn't.
He doesn't think your kid matters.
This is no personally.
He doesn't think your kid-
All kids
Well, are
matter.
you telling me my daughter doesn't fucking
All kids
matter?
matter.
You don't think his fantasy daughter matters?
Okay, here. No.
Can
Shut
I
up the
finish what I'm
podcast.
saying,
This is
Jay?
over.
Yeah.
This is getting
Okay.
out of control.
I don't think it really is. But so we should all go because I feel like I've kind of mainly been the one. But I'm just defending my point.
Oh, no,
like
that's
at what at some point they are their own sentient beings, if that's the right terminology. Like they're gonna make their own decisions. I don't think that that's enabling to provide a bottle of alcohol. Like I would hope that I would raise my kids well enough to understand like you don't just get fucked up beyond belief and do crazy like there's some restraint there. I'm meeting you halfway to get you stuff, and I think there would hopefully be enough mutual respect between me and my kids for them to be like, yeah, we're not gonna like mess this up for ourselves or for you. So, but then at the end of the day, it's like a bottle of Fireball is completely different than, oh, I'm going to supply alcohol for the entire bottle or for the entire party. I'll get bottles of Everclear and kegs and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's a different scenario.
But you're basically doing that if you let them go drink on their own.
Right.
It's the same thing.
No,
What's
it's
the
not.
difference?
One
You can get
bottle.
Well,
wasted
they're
off a
gonna
bottle.
say-
You can get wasted off a bottle.
One bottle, dude. A 19-year-old kid?
Sure. But at the same time, so then they're going to go to someone else to get it?
Well, it's not up to
So
you.
then
at
all
that
of a sudden they're living
Don't
alone.
enable.
So because it's 21 years old, I need to. But this son could be 20, right?
Good.
So sorry, son. You gotta wait a calendar year.
But that's
Because I-
everybody.
That's
That's,
law.
the law. Yeah.
Well, I don't care. So you guys are trying to make it sound like you guys didn't drink underage.
Never.
I started drinking at like 20 though.
I'm an angel.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
It wasn't parent
Let's
supply.
do this, Will.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is fair. Like, I think it is up to the person. But that said, when you're 19, you have a lot less self-restraint than when you're, a parent. But anyway.
What would you do, Jay?
Let's do this. Let's
Your
act
daughter comes to you.
No,
Sorry.
no,
your
let's
daughter
act out a scenario.
Yep.
I'll be the parent of the daughter. And she got in a car accident. She's fine. And then she told me you gave her the alcohol. You gave your son the alcohol and her son gave it to me. So I'm going to knock on your door. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Neil, do a knocking sound. Do another knocking sound.
Gotta get off this couch.
Where the hell is he? Where the hell is he?
Who's calling me at this? Who's knocking on my door at 9 o'clock on a
Harder,
Sunday?
not harder.
Yes.
Open-
Hello.
hello.
Hello. Yes. How can I help you?
Hi, are you Mr. Trainer?
Yes.
And your son, Everett Trainer?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and he goes to Denver College.
Yes. Is he okay?
He's fine. I mean, he's a little shaken up, but he's fine.
What happened?
Well, why don't you tell me what happened? Apparently, he left your house around 6 p.m. tonight with a bottle of Fireball. And my daughter, Janessa. Don't smile, sir. This is not funny. I'm crying.
What happened?
Okay, I'll tell you what happened, alright? Apparently, on our block, they hit 3 parked cars trying to parallel park. I get out there.
Was your daughter driving?
That is unclear. But all I know was it was your son and my daughter in the car together, drunk off their asses on a bottle of Fireball that apparently you bought them. Yeah, you know what? I'm not happy about that, sir. I'm not happy about that at all.
I understand your concern. I'm glad both of our children are safe and at least
no
alive.
thanks to you. No thanks to you.
I've told my son multiple times, this is a surprise talk to me because I told him if he's going to be drinking, he needs to be in his dorm room or somewhere in a safe place and for sure not driving.
Well,
so
were you telling
this
that
comes as a
before or
surprise.
after you gave him the bottle of Fireball?
This
and
was
told him to get
before
drunk
and
with my
after.
daughter?
This
And
was
during.
before and after. But at the end of the day, they're both adults in America.
Officer, yes, I'm glad you called. I'm glad you came, officer. I called
Mr. Trainer?
you. I called
The
you.
door's already open.
Mr.
I don't
Mizra,
know
please.
what
I already
you...
got your call.
I called you, officer.
Yes, Mr.
I
Mizra.
called you. I
Mr.
called you.
Mizra, I'll hold you under arrest if you don't calm down.
25 minutes ago, I called you, officer, and it's been 25 minutes to get here. I mean, I pay my taxes.
Mr.
Okay.
Trainer, hello. My name is Sergeant Schneider. I'm here today to put you under arrest for buying alcohol for minors. I'm gonna need you to turn around.
I
gonna need
it's
you to
just
turn around
I think it's just a finable
right now.
offense. I will not get
Oh,
arrested.
are you a lawyer?
I
Are you
will
resist-
not back up.
Are you-
Back up.
are
Do
you-
not enter my house.
Are
We
you
do not have
resisting arrest?
Oh, the car.
Oh my god.
So now Will would die, a cop would die, kids would get in an accident, all because Will wants to buy kids underage.
Wait,
alcohol.
officer, I don't want
What
to press
is going
charges.
on
I have
here?
one last thing. I don't want to press charges. I just have one last thing to say to Mr. Trainer.
Yep.
You did 2 bad
I'm already
things.
dead. Why are you talking to 2 dead people? We're dead.
That's it.
You have bulletproof
We
vests on.
rewound. We have click.
Okay, rewind. Officer, don't open fire. I just need to say one thing to Mr. Trainer.
Mm-hmm.
He did 2 fuck-ups. First, you named your son Everett. The dumbest fucking name I've ever heard in my life. Second of all, you can give your son as much Fireball or whatever the fuck poison you want to, but keep it away from my goddamn family.
And scene.
And scene.
I think we did great. That was actually great.
That's
That was it.
improv.
That was our
ladies
first
and gentlemen.
improv live here on Who Invited Will. I thought it was great.
No, I get what you're saying, Will. I
So
mean,
what
So
you
then
buy-
all of a
what- so
sudden
what would
it's,
you do?
it's
Would you
it
buy it or
becomes
not? You
it
didn't answer
becomes
the
a
question.
then it's your daughter's the victim, but then she was the one also getting drunk. Like
well, I
so
feel
then
like you could have countered.
where's the
you could-
accountability
You
there?
could have countered by saying like, I told him never to drive.
That's what I said.
I didn't take him to get the car.
Yeah.
And basically, but my point is, I might let my kids drink like at my house, like if it's a family of gathering or whatever. I might let them have a sip or a drink, but I'm not gonna like buy bottles and be like, here, go off with other
What about
kids.
a bottle? What about, and the question was
A bottle of Fireball.
What would you do, Jay?
No, I wouldn't buy it.
You wouldn't buy it?
No,
What
I'd
is
just say,
the-
hey, look, if you want to drink, like if we're out and we're hanging out, we're at a restaurant, and you want to buy a sip of my wine, or you want me to get a drink and you actually drink it, that's one thing. But if you're asking me to go to the liquor store, buy you a bottle, and bring a bottle back so you can go off with your friends, no.
Yeah.
You, just like every other kid, you got to figure that out on your own. If you can get alcohol on your own, chances are, if they are getting alcohol, it's not like a whole bottle at once. It's probably they go to a party and people have alcohol and they have a little bit. But giving a kid a bottle is like giving a kid, a freaking loaded weapon or something.
But then
I
my
agree.
kid is also I don't agree with that. Like I get back to what I'm saying. I don't think that how I see myself raising my children that scenario goes down that way. Like you bring up a loaded gun. Well, I'm going to teach my kids gun safety. Like, it's not it's not like, oh, it's a toddler that doesn't understand the consequences of their actions. It's all of this stuff matters. There's a risk you're taking. There's a risk I'm taking. If I'm giving you a loaded gun, there's implications behind that. If I'm giving you a bottle of alcohol, there's implications behind that. So
you never overdid it when you were 19 or 20? You never overdid it drinking? You never did
I wasn't
anything
drinking until I was 21.
You never... I'm sorry.
You know what my advice for this gentleman
I
is?
never, like, I would...
You never got blackout? You never drove drunk? Come on. We all did that stuff when we were 20.
Come on,
22.
Whiskey Will. What did you do? Whiskey
Yeah,
Will?
no, not really. I mean, it was a lot of school, like, not really,
Oh,
we really did stay... I didn't go out to parties. So I think my...
Shout out
college
Colorado School of
experience.
Mines.
My college experience is way different than a lot of other people. So, like, I wasn't going to these rager parties. It was whenever we were drinking, like, we had an upperclassman go and get us some 40s, and we would drink a 40 ounce of beer. And that was basically the extent. It wasn't like we were throwing up and getting it's just two different things. So, and maybe that's just my experience. I'm sure other people have had some crazy stuff where, you know, you can have alcohol poisoning. I just know you're not going to get that off of a bottle of Fireball that you're splitting between multiple people, because I know if you get a bottle, it's not going to just be you drinking it. It's going to be you and at least 5 other people. And so it's like, what?
Well, that
wasn't
part of the question, though.
It is, though.
The
To me,
question
it's like,
wasn't,
so
should I
then it's
get my
like
son
beer.
5 people a bottle? It was, should I buy my son a bottle? You don't know what that son's going to do with the bottle. They didn't put that in the question.
So then it's beer. Is beer okay? Would you buy them a 6-pack?
The 6-pack's a little different than
Oh,
liquor.
it's different. Oh.
But I wouldn't buy him a 6-pack and be like, go take this and drink with your friends. I'd be like,
Fair
you want to
enough.
have a beer with your old man? You want to sit down and have a beer with your old man?
Yeah,
Okay.
listen, this is what I think he should have done. What I think he should do, I think he should call the police on his own kid and report that his kid
He's
has
gonna
a
be
fake
under.
ID. And I think that's what he should do. He should either, or he gives his kid the bottle, the kid leaves, and he calls the cops when the kid has the bottle. He gets busted.
And then the
for
kids
drinking.
getting arrested. Dad!
And he said, I told you.
Dad,
You live by
Neil!
your
I
actions.
told you
Yeah.
so.
Dad, why did you do? He's like, Dad, why'd you do this to me? Why'd you do this to me, Dad? You
Lock
called
him
the
up.
cops on me?
Lock him up.
Lock him up for the
I
weekend.
hate you, Dad. I hate you. This is why I
Lock him.
hate you.
Lock him up for the weekend, John.
Why do you have a smoker's
No
voice?
bail. No bail. And I narc on my own kids. Doesn't it sound like someone who would narc on his own kids?
This is the last time I ever trust you, Dad. Daddy, don't let them take me. They're gonna do bad things to me in there.
There's still
Save
people
it.
for.
Save it
There's
for your
still
mom.
4
Save it
people
for your
listening
mom.
to this gibberish. So
All right, we should
I think
call
we should
it
wrap
then.
it up. Yeah.
This was a good one, though.
Jay, leave it to you, brother.
All right, guys. You know, all good things come to an end, and this episode was a good thing. I enjoyed the commentary. I enjoyed your perspectives, gentlemen. And I enjoyed our new COVID safe setup. I like being the man behind the curtain. I got a Wizard of Oz sort of vibe back here, you know what I mean?
Arrivederci.
You're the man behind the curtain.
All
All
right,
right,
guys, play
like
along.
and subscribe. You're still watching.
Like, subscribe. Look, go to whoinvitedwill.com.
Well-
Go to @whoinvitedwill on Instagram.
Our last episode we tried going live for the first time. We didn't get the audio, but the audio will be posted to Apple
Apple
Podcasts.
Podcasts, Spotify,
After the sun.
possibly.
Yep. So if you want to listen to it on your way to work, you got the audio version. Even though our improv, it should definitely be seen on YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, I mean, this was acting. Like, Will and I aren't even looking at each other, and we can't even see each other. Like, we're literally acting blind here. I mean,
That's
this
right.
is Oscar-worthy stuff.
All right.
Who Invited Will YouTube channel. All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Arrivederci.
Cheers.
Beep boop.
No, you gotta end it, right?
Yeah, hold on.
No.
End stream top right.